Globe Report.
Welcome back. You've come to the right place for today's knowledge shortcut.
We're here to dive deep into the sources you've shared, extract those critical nuggets, and really connect the dots for you.
And the day is Tuesday, November 25, 2025. The file is, well, it's incredibly dense today.
It really is. We're tracking major geopolitical turbulence, some history-making corporate valuations, and fundamental breakthroughs in science.
Truly redefining medicine. Our mission, as always, is to guide you through the noise. So before we jump in, let's just frame the biggest stories defining the day.
Okay, so on the global security front, a massive Russian missile attack has struck Kyiv.
And this was just hours after peace talks concluded.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the same time, civil unrest is flaring up in Europe. Belgium has begun a pretty disruptive 3-day general strike.
A strike against austerity measures. And in France, a big update on that Louvre jewel heist.
Right. 4 more suspects arrested in connection with that staggering $102 million theft.
Okay, let's pivot to finance and technology. The AI economy is just hitting warp speed.
Alphabet. It achieved a historic $4 trillion market valuation.
All driven by its AI platforms. It's incredible.
And the chip war is definitely heating up. Meta is reportedly negotiating a colossal deal.
For Google's custom AI chips, right?
That's the one. And on the data frontier, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise won a massive defense cloud contract.
We're talking $931 million.
Yeah. And this growth, it translates. We saw strong corporate results from both Analog Devices and Alibaba.
Both beating expectations, heavily boosted by cloud and AI.
Then on the science and health front, some genuinely exciting news. Breakthrough success in CRISPR-based gene therapy.
For dramatically lowering cholesterol. This is huge.
It is, and in physics, a major milestone at CERN. They achieved an incredible 8-fold increase in antimatter production.
8-fold. Wow. Environmentally, there's a bit of optimism, too.
A little bit, yeah. Global deforestation continues its decline for a 3rd straight decade, and we're seeing some amazing new renewable energy storage solutions.
Like those sand batteries, for example.
Exactly. And finally, AI is expanding its role into commercial operations. Think restaurants.
Optimizing efficiency, reducing waste. Okay, and let's wrap with competition.
Márquez. He captured his 7th MotoGP World Championship.
And in the Grey Cup, the Saskatchewan Roughriders clinched the title.
A lot to get through.
Okay, let's unpack this. It's unavoidable that we have to begin in Eastern Europe.
Yes. The sheer brutality and especially the timing of this latest aggression against Ukraine, it's telling.
It is. Early Tuesday morning, Russia launched a really significant barrage. We're not talking about a small attack here.
No, not at all. The sources cite 22 missiles and an astonishing 460 drones.
All aimed squarely at the capital, Kyiv.
And the human toll, it's just heartbreaking. At least 6 people killed, 13 injured. And it caused chaos, severing vital power and water supplies.
But the thing that's so significant, the thing that highlights this disconnect between diplomacy and reality on the ground,
is the timing.
It's the timing. This massive attack happened just hours after representatives from Ukraine and the U.S. had concluded peace talks in Geneva.
You have to ask what message that sends, right?
Oh.
It just seems like a deliberate strategy to undermine any peace effort immediately.
A deliberate escalation. And that tension isn't limited to the East. If we look west, we see a different kind of instability in Belgium.
Right. A major economic and political confrontation is underway there.
The 3-day general strike. This is initiated by powerful labor unions, and it's directly targeting the government's proposed austerity measures.
And these are cuts that hit very close to home for the average person, Changes to pensions, unemployment benefits, basic labor protections.
And it's more than a one-day demonstration. The sources show it started Monday with rail disruption, which immediately hits commerce.
And today, Tuesday, it escalated. Healthcare and education workers joined in.
Leading up to a planned nationwide walkout tomorrow. And the frequency of this is, well, it's telling.
It is. This is the 13th major strike since the new coalition took office.
Just this year. It just illustrates this intense, persistent pressure against a backdrop of, high national debt.
From the streets of Brussels, let's pivot to Paris. A major security update there.
This is related to that massive $102 million Louvre museum heist from October.
The sheer value of that just captured global attention, and now there are more arrests.
French authorities confirmed they've detained 4 new suspects, aged 31 to 40.
All from the Paris region, and they joined 3 others who are already charged.
So the police are making progress. But the critical detail here is that the stolen treasures are still missing.
And these are irreplaceable historical artifacts. We're talking a diamond, an emerald necklace from Napoleon, Empress Eugenie's tiara.
So the question isn't just about catching the thieves, it's about recovering cultural history. Until those items are found, this is just deeply unsettling for the entire museum world.
Right. Now, moving from that tension to financial acceleration, here is where the economic landscape is just being completely redrawn.
And what's fascinating here is the sheer financial weight, the confidence being placed on artificial intelligence.
It's not just optimism anymore. You're right. It's driving massive, tangible valuation milestones.
Let's start with Alphabet, Google's parent company. It officially crossed an unthinkable threshold today.
A $4 trillion market capitalization.
That kind of valuation, it doesn't just happen. The sources point to a sustained, exceptional, year-long rally.
And the core driver is their intensified focus on AI. The success of their Gemini 3 model, specifically.
Yeah.
AI has fundamentally shifted Alphabet's identity.
And that competitive heat is really intense. It's showing up in the AI chip war.
It is. We learned today that Meta is negotiating to spend billions, with a B, on Google's custom AI chips for its own data centers.
That detail is so revealing. If this deal goes through, what does that signal?
Well, with Meta potentially leasing chips as early as 2026, it signals a potential shift in power. You have to ask, why is Google selling massive capacity to a direct competitor?
It suggests they're either extremely confident in their production capacity or maybe they see it as a strategic move.
To establish their silicon as a market standard, even if it means supplying rivals. This deal seriously undermines the idea that NVIDIA has a total monopoly here.
Right, and that AI infrastructure isn't just for consumer apps. It's now a core part of national security.
Absolutely. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, or HPE, they just won a massive 10-year, $931 million contract from the U.S. Department of Defense.
And the tech behind it, HPE's GreenLake private cloud, that's the key insight. This isn't just cloud storage.
No, it's designed to give the convenience of a public cloud, but it ensures that extremely sensitive data stays securely on premises.
Within military data centers, globally.
For military operations, that on-premise security is just non-negotiable. You eliminate latency, you maintain complete digital isolation, it's a fusion of AI readiness and ironclad security.
And we can see the strength of this whole tech foundation in the corporate earnings.
Exactly. Analog devices, a key chip maker, beat expectations. Strong earnings, strong revenue.
They're projecting continued growth, all fueled by AI, automotive, and communications.
And on the other side of the world, Alibaba also exceeded its quarterly revenue targets.
The growth there was anchored by 2 things, right? Their cloud division and logistics.
Yes, robust performance in cloud and major investments in one-hour delivery. It all connects back. This shows that the AI economy is now the primary engine of global financial growth.
Right. So if we connect this acceleration to the bigger picture, this financial and technological firepower is enabling, well, genuine transformative progress.
In fundamental science and addressing huge human challenges.
So let's move there. A massive breakthrough in health and personalized medicine, CRISPR-based gene therapy for cholesterol.
The researchers announced that a therapy targeting the ANGPTL3 gene was found to be safe and, incredibly effective in phase 1 trials.
And the results are what should really grab you. It reduced LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, by nearly 50%.
And triglycerides by 55%. I mean, to put that in context for you, this gene, it normally puts the brakes on enzymes that clear fat from the blood.
So by using CRISPR to basically turn off this gene.
You get a highly effective, sustained reduction, maybe with a single treatment. You could replace daily medications like statins.
It's an inflection point, moving CRISPR from treating rare diseases to tackling these common chronic conditions.
It's a huge step. And pivoting from the microscopic to the fundamental, a major achievement at CERN.
Their Alpha experiment, an 8-fold increase in producing antimatter.
This is a huge technical triumph. They did it by using laser-cooled ions to chill positrons to minus 266 degrees Celsius.
Just incredibly cold. And that allowed them to create over 15,000 antihydrogen atoms in under 7 hours.
So why does this matter? Well, antimatter is incredibly hard to make and contain. Increasing production 8-fold means scientists can run far more precise experiments.
And the goal is to figure out why the universe is made almost entirely of matter, right?
Exactly. Trying to solve one of the biggest mysteries in physics. Okay, let's transition to some genuinely good news on the environmental front.
Global deforestation rates. They've continued their downward trend for a third straight decade.
Which really indicates that sustained conservation efforts and better monitoring tech, they're finally paying off.
And we have a really powerful example from Brazil. They reported deforestation there hit an 11-year low.
Which is a significant positive step, especially with them preparing to host the COP30 climate conference.
And finally, on applied innovation, new energy storage solutions are emerging to solve that problem of intermittent renewables.
Yeah, the focus is shifting to localized, cost-effective storage. The sources highlight a town in Finland.
Ranta. They're pioneering the world's largest sand battery for thermal energy storage.
Alongside developing wood-based batteries, it's all about storing energy for when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing.
And that applied tech is even changing, believe it or not, your trip to a restaurant.
Right. AI-powered systems are expanding to optimize operations, predict what customers want, and personalize experiences.
But the real impact, arguably, is on sustainability.
Absolutely. By using AI to optimize inventory and predict demand, these systems are dramatically reducing food waste.
Okay, here's where we finish today. Ending on a high note in the world of sport, celebrating 2 monumental victories.
And we have to start with an incredible comeback story in MotoGP.
Spanish motorcyclist Marc Márquez. He's been crowned the 2025 MotoGP World Champion.
This is such a career-defining moment for him. He secured his 7th MotoGP title after finishing 2nd in Japan.
It's a remarkable return to form. He's had years plagued by injuries, a really challenging transition from Honda.
And this is his first championship in 6 years. It just completely validates that high-stakes switch he made to Ducati.
A huge moment. And across the ocean, in Canadian football, we saw the Saskatchewan Roughriders claim their 5th Grey Cup.
A 25-17 victory over the Montreal Alouettes in Winnipeg.
And that game was a true testament to tenacity, wasn't it?
It really was. The Roughriders mounted this incredible comeback, rallying from a 7-1 deficit in the first quarter.
To score 24 unanswered points. And their defense, crucially, sealed the victory.
Intercepting 3 passes and forcing a goal line fumble in the final moments. It's their first title since 2013.
So we've gone from the shadows of conflict in Kyiv and unrest in Brussels through the exponential acceleration of this $4 trillion AI economy.
All the way to genuine scientific optimism in gene therapy and physics, and capped it off with some major sporting triumphs.
So what does this all mean? We've seen today that exponential growth is happening not just in, software valuation like Alphabet hitting 4 trillion,
Yeah.
but also in fundamental scientific capability.
Like that eightfold increase in antimatter production, or the potential of CRISPR.
Right. So given this simultaneous acceleration on both tracks, which one, the financial AI track or the scientific physics and medicine track, do you think will hit a wall first? Whether that's a wall of physics or a wall of economics.
That is a question that deserves some serious consideration.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the day's sources. We'll be here tomorrow with your next knowledge shortcut.